With 2018 coming to an end, I always like to take that opportunity to reflect back on the year. What was great about the year, and what can I do to make the next year even better? That also includes looking back at the games that were released during each year and reflecting on which ones were my favorites. Since I mainly use my Switch for gaming, this list is going to mainly focus on my favorite Switch games of 2018. But I will say, one game on the list is a 3DS game. But because the 3DS is phasing out, there really aren't too many games I could put on the list focusing on the best 3DS games of 2018. But without further ado, here are my favorite Switch and 3DS games of 2018. This is the only game on my list that's not a Switch game, but instead a 3DS game, and I had a blast with it. The game is WarioWare Gold. It's been quite a few years since we had a WarioWare game, so I was really surprised when this was announced in a March Nintendo Direct. Basically what it is it's a compilation of the best microgames from the previous WarioWare installments, along with some new ones thrown in. This game has more microgames than any WarioWare game before it, and it truly does live up to the title of Gold. If you love WarioWare and bizarre and wacky games like I do, you'll love WarioWare Gold. The replay value in it is great, with tons of unlockables, minigames, music, and more. The game also has fully voice-acted cutscenes, which not only are hilarious, but it's really cool to hear Wario speak in full sentences. The only problem? Why was it released on the 3DS? Wario is a series that is in dire need of a Switch game, but releasing it very late into the 3DS's life with little to no advertisement kinda makes me worry that this might be the last of WarioWare we'll see for a long time. But if the Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake was any indicator, maybe the game was released on the 3DS to build interest in the WarioWare series again. Either way, WarioWare Gold is a blast and definitely worth picking up. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is such an underrated gem of a game that really deserved another chance on the Switch. Sure, the only new content added was 4 Super Mario Odyssey theme levels, but that didn't stop the game from being great to play. And now it's even better since you can use the Pro Controller to play the whole game. If you've never played it before, you play as Captain Toad in these diorama-like worlds, collecting gems and getting a star at the end of the stage. You can also complete certain tasks and levels, like getting a golden mushroom or a certain amount of coins. Just like WarioWare Gold, the replay value is amazing, and at just $30 to $40, this is a must-have for any Switch or 3DS owner. Yeah, it got a 3DS port too, and while of course it's not going to be as good as the Switch version, it gets the job done. And it's usually cheaper than the Switch version, so if you don't have a Switch, it's definitely still fun to play, and I'd recommend it. December 7th, 2018. The day this masterpiece of a game was released. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about already. Katamari Damacy Reroll. You thought it was Smash Bros, didn't you? Yeah, despite being released on the same day the most anticipated Switch game of 2018 was released, I absolutely love Katamari. This is a remake of the first game in the series that was released for the PS2 and is exclusive to the Switch and PC. If you've never played Katamari before, the goal of the game is to roll up as many objects on Earth as you can to release in the sky because Prince's dad, the king of all cosmos, destroyed the stars. Yeah, this is one of the weirdest, but also most awesome plots for any video games I've ever heard. This is one of the most bizarre and surreal games ever made, but rather than being just surreal and weird for the sake of being surreal and weird, the game is incredibly fun to play. There truly isn't anything else like it. Rolling your Katamari and watching it get bigger as you progress is so rewarding, and with all the missions in the game, there's plenty of content and replay value to keep you coming back again and again. Now the only problem is the physical version is exclusive to GameStop and is getting a little bit hard to find, but you can always get it digitally or wait for the inevitable restock. Reroll is a must-have for Switch owners, and just like Captain Toad, it's cheaper than most Switch games, being only $30. If you're a fan of 3D platformers from the 90s and 2000s, this game is right up your alley. Crash Insane Trilogy is a compilation and remake of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games on the PS1. Not only do the games look way nicer than they did before, but the games also play a lot better too. Vicarious Visions and Toys for Bob did a great job remastering these games, and if you were like me and never got the chance to play the trilogy, this is a game that's another must-have for the Switch. And just like Captain Toad and Katamari, this game is cheap, being $30 to $40, and there's even a bundle with a wired Switch controller for just $50. You're getting 3 great games with lots of content and fun to be had, all for a great price. Yes, it's a Wii U port, but Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is a game so great, I had to put it on the list. This is, in my opinion, the best 2D platformer ever made. It has fantastic levels, great music, graphics, and a ton of variety. Mario might set the foundation for 2D platformers, but DK is the one who takes those concepts, refines them, add new elements, and the final product ends up being amazing. Retro Studios has done a great job once again, and even if you had it on the Wii U, I'd say it's worth another go. Not just because of how great the game is, but now you can play it anywhere. Tropical Freeze is a masterpiece, and really makes me want to see more of DK in the future. After all, Retro has been kinda silent, and next year marks the 20th anniversary of Donkey Kong 64. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for the 3D Donkey Kong game of my dreams. Come on, Retro, DK, Donkey Kong. And of course, the best Switch game of 2018 is without a doubt Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I had my concerns going into it before the game launched, but after I played it, I was like, yep, this is a game I'll be playing for a long, long time. What more can be said? Every character from every Smash game is playable. The newcomers are a blast to play as. The stage selection is great, the music and visuals are better than ever, but the biggest strength with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate lies within the amazing gameplay. The game is faster than Smash 4 and feels so much better to play. It's more on the competitive side, which I really like. This is easily the best multiplayer game on the Switch, and is so much fun to play with a group of people. Little details have been added to characters, like Mario having Cappy, and Luigi's run animation being from 3D World, and he also has his Poltergust. They may be only cosmetic, but it adds so much personality to the game that it's always welcome. I could go on for hours and hours and hours about how great this game is, but honestly, you have to play it for yourself just to appreciate how awesome it truly is. But truthfully, if you're watching this video, you probably already played the game and probably put more than 60 hours into it already. Now, I will admit, a lot of Nintendo's first-party offerings this year weren't that good, like Mario Tennis Aces and Kirby Star Allies. But I will say, I'm glad about how many third-party games there were to play on the Switch, and a lot of them are truly great. I got into Katamari this year, and it might just be one of my favorite game franchises now. And I finally got to experience the Crash Trilogy, which I was really happy about. But I will say, 2019 already looks so much better than 2018, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you all in 2019.